And all I want you to do is just get your bearings. And as you step off that bridge and get your bearings and looking down, all I want you to do is to look down at your feet. And as you're looking down at your feet, you're going to be conscious that you can connect with everything. And I want you to be able to speak to me clearly. So as you look down at your feet, describe to me, are you wearing anything on those feet?
I'm still in the present.
You're still in the present. Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do now is take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just pull yourself down and down and down into a timeline. Feel yourself drifting and floating through time and space, not a care in the world, looking for a memory, a past life memory that's relevant to today. Just feel yourself now gliding through those memories, connecting with your records, bringing that memory forward. Call on your guides now to help emphasize that memory as you link in now. And I want you to first of all just use your knowing and tell me, do you feel male or female?
I feel male.
Male. Mm-hmm. And I want you to bring your hands forward and up and describe them to me. Are they working hands?
Very thin hands.
Thin hands. Mm-hmm. And just connect with your body and describe your body to me. Are you tall or small?
Tall.
You're tall. Mm-hmm. And you'll just see some numbers come to mind. How old do you feel?
Very old.
Mm-hmm. Very old. I want you to look around your landscape and describe to me, are you inside or outside?
Outside.
You're outside. Is it day or night?
It's dark.
It's dark. And what do people call you in that life? Just hear that name.
Jacob.
Jacob. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon, Jacob. Thank you for coming to work with me today, Jacob. Jacob, what country are you in that life?
It's not this world, it's somewhere else.
Describe that world to me. What does it look like or feel like?
It's very barren.
It's barren. Mm-hmm.
The rocks are very jagged and very serene, like mountains.
Rocks and mountains.
It's very dark. It's very, very cold. There's an open sky, golden stars.
Mm-hmm. And tell me, do you feel that you're alone, or do you feel that there are other people around you?
Yeah, very much on my own.
You're very much on your own. So you're walking around this barren place with mountains and rocks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, are you going to somewhere or coming from somewhere?
I feel like I'm lost.
You're lost. Mm-hmm. So Jake, what I want to do is, I want to freeze that scene, and I want you to go back to the moment before you were lost. So let's just freeze that scene, and then go drifting back, all the way back, drifting, floating back in time. 3, 2, and 1. To before that, you were lost. Look around and tell me, where are you?
There's a large city.
A city? Describe this city to me.
Very ancient, very unusual city with lots of citadels and palaces.
An ancient city? Very good.
I feel I've been cast out.
You've been cast out. I want you to connect with your emotions, Jacob, and tell me, what is the reason that you've been cast out of that city, Jacob?
Extreme views.
Extreme views.
Too much knowledge.
Too much knowledge. Who was it that cast you out?
Those in power.
What kind of knowledge did you have, Jacob? What kind of knowledge did you hold?
Very spiritual knowledge.
Spiritual knowledge.
Very wise. Told the truth.
You told the truth, and is that why you were cast out?
Yes.
So let's go back to that scene then, where you're walking along the rocks and the mountain there in the dark and the cold. Do you know where you're travelling to there, Jacob?
No, just wondering.
Well, just follow that scene now. Just follow that scene, drifting and floating forward in time. And tell me the next scene, what happens? Where do you end up?
It's a coven, it's a cave.
You're in a cave. And this place that you're living in, do you say it's earth or something like earth?
It's full of crystal.
Crystals?
It's full of energy.
So see yourself entering that cave and describe that cave to me.
It's very deep, with lots of... it's very deep into the mountains, travels through the mountain.
And you're taking yourself inside that cave?
Yes.
Well, follow that cave. Go down that path. And tell me where it leads.
It's leading down through, the walls are lined with crystal. And there's a knowledge in the walls.
There's knowledge in the walls.
And in the labyrinth, which is where I'm going to, there are pools of fluid.
Pools of food?
Fluid.
Fluid. So are you on your own in that cave now?
Yes.
Or do you sense there's others?
I sense there might be others, but I don't see them.
You don't see them. These pools of fluid that are inside this crystal cave, Jacob, do you know what they do?
It's the font of life.
The font of life.
It's pure.
And now that you're in that cave, surrounded by all those crystals, tell me, how does your energy feel?
It raises me and sustains me.
And as you look around that cave, you don't have to see, you can sense. Do you sense that you're on your own?
No, I think there's others there. There's I feel like there's shadow people wandering around.
There's shadows, people and spirits.
Yes, we're all collective.
Do they live there, or do they have a purpose there?
They all live here.
They all live there. Were you aware of this cave and these crystals and these shadow people?
Yes.
So you deliberately went to that space,
Yes.
underground. So tell me more, tell me what happens next.
We're quite a threat.
When you say we are quite a threat,
Yes.
who's we?
Well, the people within the beings that live within the cave structure, we are not of this world.
Mm-hmm. Describe these beings to me. What do they look like?
I see them in amongst the crystals, and they blend in with the crystals. They're very sharp features of what features they are. It's as if their energy is opposed to beings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So take me to your next scene and tell me what happens next. You say that that other people feel threatened by your wisdom and your knowledge in these beings. What happens?
We are a threat because there's a lot of greed and there's a lot of control, and we can't be controlled.
Tell me, who is it that is controlling on that planet?
I hear the name Montezuma.
Montezuma. And is that one energy being, or is it a group?
No, he's an individual.
He's an individual. And does he rule that kingdom there?
Yes, he rules by fear.
He rules by fear. So what is the purpose of you being on that planet then?
To bring the wisdom back and the truth back to the people.
I see. So is that why he's cast you out?
Yes.
So what I want you to do now is, now I've got all that information, I want you to close that scene. Close that scene just as if you're flicking the switch of a remote control. And I want you to stay in the same timeline and go drifting and floating forward in that timeline to another important time when something is happening to you. So just feel yourself shutting down that scene, drifting and floating forward, bringing all that knowledge down with you. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. Describe to me where you are now, Jacob.
It's very warm.
Very warm.
I'm in chains.
You're in chains. So tell me what's happening.
I've been dragged with a lot of other wretched individuals. I'm imprisoned.
What are you in prison for, Jacob? Are you still Jacob, or are you someone else?
I'm not Jacob.
What's your name? Tell me what you look like. Are you tall? Are you small? Black? White?
I'm very strong.
You're strong? And why have you been chained?
I'm a barbarian.
You're a barbarian. And where are they taking you then?
We've been taken into a dungeon area, thrown into a dungeon.
Tell me more. What are they going to do with you?
They're going to use us to kill us. They're going to use entertainment. This is entertainment.
So what country is that?
In Rome.
You're in Rome. In a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead. When I tap you on the forehead, you'll see some numbers. And that will be the year that you are in Rome, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it?
79.
79. Give me the full year.
I can see. It's the year of the volcano.
The year of the volcano.
Yeah.
And as you go through that scene in that life, describe to me what happens to you. Do you stay in that dungeon?
No. Far too strong for that.
Mm-hmm.
They like me.
What's your name?
Iliad.
Iliad. So Iliad, describe to me how you're treated there. What do they do with you?
Oh, they just use us like dogs. They throw us out to kill us in the arena and just throw us in the arena. We're there for their amusement.
Mm-hmm.
The place smells of blood. It's dripping with blood. We're just wretches, we are. Felt like wretches.
So connecting with your emotions, how do you feel about that?
I feel really angry.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to show these people.
And do you show those people?
Yes, I do.
Describe to me a scene.
They get dragged out. There's 4 of us have been dragged out.
4 dragged out, yeah.
And we're left into this arena.
Tell me.
My friends are wetting themselves with fear. But I'm standing there smiling at the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very defiant. Bring your best. He makes a miss with his sword. And I put the chain around his neck. And I feel the life drain out of him and strangle him.
And tell me what happens next.
My friends have all been murdered. They have frightened me. They've frightened my energy.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. There's a rage in me which is building and building.
So go forward, Iliad, and tell me what happens. Just see the scene unfold. Let me go, did you say? Do you survive?
I've been spared to fight another day, yes.
You've been spared to fight another day. Mm. So let's close that scene now. We've got all that information. I want you to close that scene and I want you to go forward to another significant time when something is happening. Feel yourself now, closing that scene, drifting, floating forward, going on your timeline now. through time and space. 3, 2 and 1. Be there now. Tell me, are you still Iliad now, or are you someone else?
No, I'm not Iliad.
Who are you then?
I'm a customs man.
You're a customs miner?
Customs man. Customs man.
A customs man. From what country?
I'm in England.
You're in England?
I am, yes, I am, and I've come to check on where everybody is, because they're all hiding. They're all hiding from me. I've come to sort them out.
Okay. Who is it that's hiding from you?
I'm very, very strong in this life. I'm very strong. I wear my uniform with pride. I represent the crown.
You represent the crown. What's your name in that life? You don't want to tell me at the moment?
No.
You want to hold on to that power?
Yes, I do.
So what do you do when you find these people? Why are they hiding from you?
They're to be deported. They're going on. They're going to this. They're going away. They're going on. They're being deported. They're being taken away. They're being sent on a journey to the Americas.
To the Americas?
Yes, they are.
What's the reason for that?
They're slaves. They're slaves.
They're slaves?
They are.
Are they black slaves or white slaves?
There's some criminals amongst them as well. Slaves, there's black.
And black? We'll see that scene unfold. Where are they being deported from? What part of the country in England? Where do you live? Blackpool. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and you're going to tell me what year it is. 3, 2 and 1. What year is it? 1756. And what's your name? Tom. Tom, do you have a surname at all? You don't want to tell me your name? I'll check you out. Blackpool, 1756. Deporting to Americas. And do you feel that you do a good job there for the Crown?
I do my duty.
Tell me, Tom, do you have a family in that life?
I have a wife.
You have a wife?
I have a son.
And you have a son. So I'd like you to take me to your home. So as I continue to talk to you, on the sound of my voice, just feel yourself making your way to the place where you live with your wife and your son. Be there now. Describe this place to me. What do you live in?
It's very run down where we are. It's in a basement.
A run-down basement?
It's the best we can afford at the moment.
And take a look at your wife. Describe her to me. What does she look like?
She's quite small. She's quite she's very generous around the hips. She's quite a plain lady, but she's got a good heart.
What do you call your wife in that life?
Rosie.
Rosie. So knowing that the eyes are the windows to the soul, Tom, I want you to look into the eyes of your wife there, and I want you to spiritually connect mind to mind, soul to soul, and you'll instantly know whether the wife in that life is working with you today or has been working with you today. Who is she?
She's my mum.
She's your mum today.
Mum's in spirit.
In spirit. And that boy of yours, how old is he?
12 now.
Yeah. What did you call him there, Tom?
He's a cheeky little bugger, turns out to say.
He probably takes after his dad, does he?
He's a very strong-willed young lad, but just a clip round the ears all the time.
So what did you call your son in that life?
He's Ben.
Ben. I want you to connect with Ben and just step into his vibration and his energy, mind to mind and soul to soul. Connect and look into those eyes. Is he working with you today?
He's my brother.
He's your brother today. Very good. And you enjoy your job there?
Oh, yes.
You're
due promotion.
You're due for promotion?
Yeah.
Very good. Very
I
good.
do the money.
Yeah. So are you very poor there, Tom?
Oh, I tell you do know I have to take. I do my duty, but people used to pay me a little bit to sort of leave them alone, shall we say. It's very dishonest.
But it's the times, isn't it?
Makes sense a bit.
Yeah. So Tom, what I want to do now is I want you to close that scene. And I want you to drift forward, and I want you to take me to the last day of your life. So closing that scene now, going forward, drifting, floating forward. Just feel yourself going forward all the way to the last day of that life. 3, 2, and 1. How old are you there, Tom?
72.
You're 72. Tell me more. Whereabouts are you?
I'm sat in a chair. I'm on my own.
You're sat in a chair on your own.
I feel I'm very, very fat. A very wasted life.
A fat and wasted life. So how did you pass?
Just pains in the heart and the chest.
Pains in the heart and the chest.
It's a lifestyle. It was too much more. I just gave up.
Too much of the lifestyle. So where is your son and your wife?
My son left me.
Your son left you?
Yeah, my wife passed.
And your wife passed. Well, Tom, what I want you to do now that you've come to that last day of your life, I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to lift your soul out of that body and just be about 3 foot above the body so that we can continue to connect with that body, so that we can evaluate that life. And now that you're looking down at that vehicle, at that body, at that life of yours, tell me, how do you feel you did in that life? Did you achieve everything you wanted to achieve?
I lost the love and respect of my family.
You lost the love and respect of your family. So what was your contract when you originally came down? What was your contract to do?
To live a just life. To help and support others.
And do you feel that you achieved that? To live a good, just life and help and support others? No. Well, there'll be lessons that you can be able to learn in another life. But for now, Tom, what I want you to do is, I want you to take a look around now that you're out of the body and see if there's someone or something that's come to collect you to take you back home or over to your next journey. And as I'm talking to you, I want you to look around and tell me, is there anything or anybody there?
I can see a cord which links my body to my spirit.
You can see a cord that links your body to the spirit?
It's just I feel like I'm clinging on for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, just follow that cord then. Just feel yourself. Connect with that cord now. Go drifting and floating and feel yourself now on your way on your next journey now that you've left that body. Just shedding all that life, becoming the soul that you are, travelling forward on your journey to your next step. And I want you to take me to the place that you go to after a life. 3, 2, and 1. Where do you go?
Very peaceful.
Peaceful? Look around and tell me, this peaceful place, what does it look like?
I feel like I'm in a room.
Yeah?
And I've come to the windows of the room.
Yeah.
And there's like net curtains at the windows. And I draw back the net curtains and look out through the glass, which is full panel glass, looking out over a beautiful green savannah, like a wall. Beautiful, beautiful, brilliant green area.
Green savannah.
I'm invited to go through, open up the doorway and step into that world.
And do you do that now you've been invited to step over and go into that world?
There's a fear which holds me back somewhat, but I feel I need to go there. It's where the journey takes me.
Well, feel yourself moving forward now. You can do that with your mind. And tell me, how do you feel about the energy around you in this place?
It's very, very calm.
It's calm.
Very serene. I feel there are people around me which want to take me on a trip.
People around you want to take you on a trip. Make a connection with them and describe to me what they look like. Do they look like us or are they different?
They're different to us.
They're different? Describe how different they are.
I have a man standing there who's dressed in Chinese robes.
Chinese robes?
He looks like an emperor and a very strong man.
Connect with his energy now that you can telepathically communicate. Tell me, what is he saying to you? This emperor.
You have lessons to learn. There's work to be done. You have a new contract.
A new contract? Tell me about that new contract that you've got.
I have lessons to learn before I have the contract.
And what are those lessons? Bring that forward.
Lose the selfishness.
To lose the selfishness.
Yes, to be more balanced, to be more empathic.
Do I have permission to speak with that emperor, that Chinese emperor?
Yes, I think so.
Well, when I tap you on the forehead, I'm going to ask him to come forward. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, Emperor. Is my client part of your team there?
Yes.
So, is he a student of yours?
Yes.
And how How many lives has he had with you? So far? Just see a number.
4.
4. And so he's got to lose his selfishness.
Yes.
If he's going to have all those lessons before he comes back down to Earth to do another contract, where does he actually go to understand and learn all these lessons?
We communicate a telepathic method of communication. There are instructors or teachers.
Yeah, very good. So have you got
It won't be long.
It won't be long?
He has the gift.
And before I move on, is there a message that you want to give my client today, as you've connected with him now? What's the message for him?
Remain strong.
Remain strong.
Remain committed.
When you say committed, give me some detail. Committed to what?
You are following a journey now. You're on a pathway. You have strayed from the pathway, but you are now on the pathway.
You mean a spiritual pathway?
Yes.
Is that his contract, to make it people aware in this life?
To bring about peace.
To bring about
healing. To bring back strength. To bring about resolve. To give people hope and understanding.
Very good. Thank you very much for coming forward. I'm just going to press and step you back. So now what I want to do is, I want to close that scene altogether. So I thank you for working with me and for Spirit for connecting and giving us all that information. But we need to carry on our journey. And now I really want to be able to connect with my client's inner self. And as I talk to you now, I just want the inner self, the subconscious mind, to feel it getting stronger and stronger. And I want that inner self, that higher self, to have a voice today and come forward. Good afternoon, inner self. Are you male or female?
I am female.
You're female. Tell me, do you have a name?
Mortal Arple.
Mortal Arple?
That's right.
Mortal Arple.
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 That's right.
Mortal Arple. What does that mean?
I'm Japanese.
Oh, you're Japanese?
I stand before you from the high realms in life.
Well, I'm very honoured to meet you. Tell me, how many lives have you had with my client?
Oh, so many.
10? 20?
Oh, what's more? Yes, we've been together a long time.
So what is it that you're working with him on?
Raising the vibration.
Raising the vibration?
Connecting with the energy of the universe.
Where is the energy of the universe?
It's all around us. It's in everything.
Tell me, is he part of your spiritual group when he's at home?
Yes.
I see. So he's actually contracted to come down to raise the vibration on Earth?
Yes.
Very good. So, I'd like for us to do a body scan today. And so I want you to start at the top of the head. You've been with him a long time, you know him inside and out. I want you to go to the top of his head, and I want you to connect with every cell in his body as we scan his body down, just like an X-ray. And I want you to tell me where we can work with him today. If there's any energy out of place, or if there's any energy that we can release back to Spirit. So starting at the top of the head now. Going through the top of the head, drawing the back of the eyes, down the ears, around the throat, down the chest area
and the heart.
and the heart, into the solar plexus, all the way around that tummy area, into the groin to the left and right, down into that base chakra, all the way down the thighs, then the knees, right the way to the tips of the toes. And I want you to scan all the way up and tell me, where can we work with him today? Is there anything in his body that you can sense, an energy that we can work with?
Yes.
Where is that energy?
It's in the groin.
It's in the groin. Mm-hmm. One more, Purple. What I want you to do now is I want you to go down into that groin area, or as small as a cell, and as you're there and you're going around that area, explain to me, what does the energy feel like in that groin?
There's a heaviness in that area.
Uh-huh.
There's been a lot of work in that area.
A lot of work?
Yes, there's been a lot of radiation in that area.
Radiation?
And there's still cells there which need to be removed.
Cells that need to be removed. Tell me more, Purple. Are we able to remove those cells today?
We're holding them at bay.
You're holding them at bay. Mm-hmm. So I'd like to be able to now call on the spiritual surgeons to come down and work with me now. So as they start to gather in this room, I want you to feel the energy shift as they get closer and closer. And is there anyone else that I need to call to work with me today from Spirit?
My mother.
Your mother. And I want to call on the spirit of his mother to come and work with me today. Wow, she's coming fast. She's coming very fast. And she's taken over the whole scene. And what she wants to do now is, I'm going to put my hand here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And as I place my hand here, I want your mother to use her energy to go in there now and start drawing out those cells. See her now, collecting those cells. She's been waiting a while to come and to clear this out for you. See all those cells drawing up now into my hand. See her going in and clearing all that negativity, bringing it up, forward, up, 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 up into my hand. Have I got that energy now?
Yeah, still somewhere.
Right, I call on Archangel Michael to go in with his sword of light, and as he presses his sword of light into that area, see how the light actually lifts all those sticky cells and see them drying up and getting lighter and lighter, so they're just tiny fragments. Feel them coming up. See your mother now gathering them up. She's been waiting a long time to come to do this, to heal you. Yeah, feel it. And tell me when she's got all of it in my hand.
Nearly there.
Mm-hmm. Just bringing it up and up and up. And as Archangel Michael, I want him to activate his sword to ramp up the vibration that he's pumping into this body now. And see that vibration alter the condition of those cells, so those cells are getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And see your mother collecting them all up now. Have I got them all?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to remove them from you and offer that up to the universe, and may the light of the universe always accompany you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to call on Archangel Raphael to come forward now and work with your mother. And as we go back into this area now, I want you to imagine the colour green from Raphael, that beautiful emerald green, that rich, new, lush emerald green coming into your body. And as I use my singing bowl now, I want you to feel the liquid energy from spirit soaking into every muscle fibre of your body. Feel it going in deeper and deeper. And again. Feel that just going down deep and deep and deep. Sealing all those areas so that condition cannot come back. And feel that lush green energy now beginning to put new life into those cells. And I'd like to thank your mother for working with us now. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. So can you tell me if there's anywhere else in the body we can work with? Just check, just scan this body for me. Is there anything else there that we can work with? Does he have any attachments or energy that we need releasing today?
I have a problem with my jaw.
From your jaw?
Right side of the jaw.
The right side. Mm-hmm. So describe that energy in the right side.
Feels like an abscess.
It feels like an abscess. Uh-huh. So I'm going to connect with that energy.
The other side.
The other side, sorry.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. And I want to know what that energy is doing there. So I'm going to bring it to connect with the throat so that we can allow it to speak and have your voice today. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Energy, tell me, what are you doing in the side of his jaw there? How long have you been there?
It's a recurring thing, keeps coming back.
It's a recurring thing? Uh-huh.
It's connected with the ears.
Connected with the ears?
The spirit, yeah.
So go into the ears and tell me, why is the jaw connected to the ears there? What's happening in his body?
It feels like something's rotten in there.
Something's rotten in there. So, I'd like more purple to go in there now, and I want you to go into that jaw, and I want you to feel your way all around that jaw, and then I want you to travel from that jaw and see where the connection is that links his ear to that jaw, and tell me what's going on. What is it that's rotting in that ear?
Change is going on.
There's a change going on? Describe that change. Is it a good change?
It is.
It is? So why does it affect him in his jaw and his ear? Is that where they communicate with him?
There's a communication side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what we can do here today is, as I connect with his jaw, I just want to activate that now. And I want you to be able to bring forward that communication. And as we bring forward the communication, just see how that jaw changes and alters and releases all that tension. And feel it going into that ear now. Feel that vibration and that change going into the ear. Describe to me what it's doing in that ear.
It's linked with the throat.
Mm-hmm.
It feels it's working its way through the inner ear.
It's working its way through the inner ear to the throat.
Yes, the throat.
And what is that reason? Are you telling me that he's bringing more knowledge and he's going to be using his voice?
Yes.
I thought as much. Thank you very much. And as you check the body again for the third time, just double check and see if there's anything there that we can work on, or do I get to the messages?
There's heartache there.
Heartache?
Yeah.
Go into this heart area, and as you're walking round, feeling all those emotions in that heart area, describe to me what's happening.
It's a loving heart.
He has a loving heart.
It's a loving heart, very loving heart. It's been badly hurt.
It's been hurt.
The emotions are locked inside and can't be released.
The emotions are locked inside and can't be released. I think they can be released today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect with that heart area, and I want you to focus on your chakra. That's right. And I want you to begin just to turn your chakra now. Just turn your chakra around very slowly. Feel it getting faster and faster. See it becoming to get faster and faster, spinning and spinning, faster and faster, and the faster it goes, the brighter and brighter it appears, and the brighter it appears. Just see all those flecks of negativity, all those memories that broke his heart. Just feel them spinning off this chakra now. See them spinning faster, 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 brighter, 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 until all those negative memories are gone. And I'm going to bring the bowl in to work with me now. See it spinning faster, 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 flicking off, going faster, faster, faster. See all those fragments coming away now. And how does your heart look now?
I feel it releasing.
Releasing. Can I ask your inner self to work with you in your sleep state to continue the releasing?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, now I'd like to ask about... He always seems to think that he's searching for someone or something. He's got this searching going on. Can you tell me what's happening there?
It's like there's something missing.
Where, if you could imagine what that something would be, what would it look like? What would it feel like? What is it? What does he feel that's missing? Just travel down that thought. Just keep going down that thought to see what is missing. See yourself now floating, drifting down on that silver thread, on that cord. You're going down and down all the way to that memory. And I want you to take me to the root cause of that feeling of something being missing. Be there now. What is it?
The child being snatched away.
A child has been snatched away. Was it snatched from you?
It was snatched from my family.
From the family? Who stole
It
it?
was my son.
Who was your son?
He took him away.
Your son took them away.
My son's been taken away.
Your son has been taken away. Who would take your son?
These travellers have came in the middle of the night and snatched him.
How old was he?
He was just a babe in arms.
Mm-hmm.
He had golden hair. He had beautiful eyes, which is why they've taken him.
Oh, I see. What life was that? What country did you...
Aramea. It's Aramea. I think it's called Aramea.
Alamere?
Aramea. It's Aramea. I'm in the Arab.
Aramea.
Aramea.
Mm-hmm. And do you get your boy back in that life?
No.
Mm-hmm. And is that why he's always got this sense of searching for something, that missing something?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want you now to connect with your mother.
Yes.
And I want you to invite her to bring that son to you from spirit now. So as you slowly connect now, nice and steady, just taking on that emotion, feeling all the love. Mm-hmm. And just allow your mother to bring him forward on that vibrational energy. And I want him to be in front of you now. Describe to me, what do you see?
He's grown up.
He's grown up. Mm-hmm. You can telepathically communicate with him. What message does he give you?
I'm as strong as you are.
He's as strong as you are.
He's as strong as I am. And he's survived.
He's survived.
There was no need to worry. I was always going to be there. I was always going to be around you.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, does his son work with him today, connecting with spirit?
Ah, yes.
So what I want you to do now is, I want you to step into the energy of your son then. Just step forward and a little bit more and step right into his energy. Just feel that embrace now as your energy and his energy melds. Feel that harmony, that love from the divine. Tell me how you feel.
I feel heartbroken, but I feel so relieved as well.
Heartbroken and relieved. Mm-hmm. Well, knowing that your mother is there sharing this experience with him as well, and that he's now working with you, you'll no longer need to feel that loss of searching for someone or something, because he's actually right here in your heart, isn't he?
Yes.
In the spark of light within. So the very next time you get that feeling that you need to search for something, you just need to put your hand on your heart and say to yourself, he's here. Thank you. So I want to come to relationships in life are always very difficult and up and down. What was the purpose of my client having to go through these relationships?
It's part of research.
Uh-huh.
He's been searching so long.
Has he been searching for that love of his son that he couldn't find?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But he knows now that his son is always with him. So he doesn't need to search for that love any longer, does he? Mm-hmm.
His partners all give him daughters. All he wanted was his son.
Uh-huh. And he had his son all along in his heart. Mm-hmm. So can you forgive him for all those relationships that he had? For that search? Yeah. So as we move on, why does he have difficulty bonding with males?
He sees them as the slavers who took away his son. He just has a deep distrust of the male, the MG, the macho, the masculinity. He has very little trust in males.
So it was males that stole his son?
Yes.
I see. So it all boils down then to this lack of trust and your son. Very good. So what I want you to know now is you found your son.
Thank you.
You found your son who's in your heart, and you know that he's working with you. And your mother is working with you too. So he's no longer needs to fear the male energy, does he? He's never been settled or satisfied.
It's total I don't. There's been no trust of males at all.
And is that partly with his not being satisfied with things? Is that all been his searching for his boy?
Yes.
Well, that can come to an end now, can't it? Tell me, how many guides does he have?
Oh. There's so many.
Give me some of his main guides. What do they look like?
He has a very wise man who was with him. Very, very wise. He is from the higher side of life.
He's from the higher side of life. Describe this person to me. What does he look like?
He's very gaunt. He's very straight-faced. He's bald. He's just...
And what does he bring to my client?
Oh, he brings so much knowledge. Brings the reasoning, the understanding, the evidence.
Oh, so he's the one that's working with it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, if you could give him a culture, say he came from Japan or India or Norway, where would he come from?
He dresses in robes, in like a monk's robes.
I see. And how does he know when he's got that connection with that particular guide?
He shows himself in trance. He comes through as a protector, an advisor, and he shows himself.
So tell me, why does my client have so many guides? What's going on?
He works on the spirit level. He works within the Akashic files. He works on the higher side of life. He works within healing. He's strong as a teacher.
And is that why he needs so many guides? Because they're coming in through his students?
He comes into this, absolutely, to give him that strength and the ability from knowledge that they possess.
Wonderful.
That they give to him and they give to others.
And can you tell me about this fear of heights that he's got? Where does that come from? So as I continue, just go back, down and down through those thoughts. Until you see yourself there, where that memory first came to you.
On the edge of the mountain.
Are you male or female?
Male.
You're male. How old are you?
I'm tired now, I'm getting old, very old.
What country are you in?
I'm in my world with Jacob.
You're in your world with Jacob.
Jacob's been chased up the mountainside and there's nowhere else to go.
So you take yourself over the edge?
He's going, yes. He's falling.
Tell me, where does he hold that memory in his body today?
In his head.
In his head? The top, the left or the right? Is it in the ear?
It is, yes.
Yeah. So I'm coming round now. Because we don't need that memory. Tell me, what symptoms does that memory cause him today in his life?
I feel like I want to go over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot approach the edge.
So it's taking him totally off balance.
It knocks me right off balance. It does. It takes me right over the edge.
Are you ready to let go of this now? You know where it's come from. Mm-hmm. So as I